Hello, and welcome back to Open the Villain's Vault, the series where we delve into the details, into the very much centre of a certain villain. This week's villain was most recently seen in the 2023, 60th anniversary special, The Kick-Off. This villain has last been seen all the way back in the 60s. This villain is spooky. This villain is kooky, and this villain is not part of the Addams family, but could well be. This villain is on the list of people that are evil, and it's the first time in a very long time it's the first time on screen that this villain has appeared since the 60s. Now, before I reveal the villain, I have some information to give you that will help you enjoy this program more. So, there is a website called TARDIS Wiki, which is a fan-made website that Big Finish people use, Big Finish writers use, and Big Finish, if anyone doesn't know, is an audio drama company that writes audio dramas based on the world of Doctor Who. They use this to make sure that they're not contradicting something. Say, for instance, they want to make something canon, which is connected to the main storyline. They want to make sure that their element isn't contradicting something that's already been used, already been said. So because I'll be honest, I've never heard any of the Toymaker audios. Well, the villain's audios. They got you might, if you were paying attention there with a clue, who maybe the villain's audio dramas that they've featured in. I am just playing off the fact that I want to just make sure I get the facts accurate, and I want to make sure that it's as detailed as possible. So this is what we'll do. So this all comes from TARDIS Wiki. Please, without further ado, enjoy this episode. Today we're talking about the Toymaker, who originally started in the serial The Celestial Toymaker and recently appeared in The Giggle. Please enjoy the show. Roll theme tune! So, let's start at the very beginning. The Toymaker was a powerful individual who ensured that he was spooky, right? Properly spooky, by seemingly childish, by an individual who ensured senses being things in seemingly childish games with their freedom at the stake. However, the Toymaker hated to lose, and the games were always rigged in his favour. Now, on the TARDIS Wiki, there is a section that is a biography. It is editable, but because Doctor is fictional, it's like nothing's a fact ever. This is just what a fan or a couple of fans have collated from the information, from the TV, from the audios, and from every other aspect of media that the Toymaker was and still is involved with. So let's start off with the Toymaker's origins within the world of Doctor Who, right? And then we'll get on to the who's played him, what he's affiliated with, what the first and most recent appearances are, who the actors have been, and all this other good stuff. Because we want to make sure this is a as detailed, as interesting of a show than I could possibly make it. So let's start. So the origins. According to the Sixth Doctor, no one knew who the Toymaker really was. He was said to be old beyond imagining, and to predate Time Lord records. A team of modern Gallifreyan researchers who attempted to chart his path through time gave up, bored of all the games he played with his own past. The Doctor speculated that they didn't try hard enough. Well, harder than that because they couldn't find a way to control him. This was featured in the audio, the Nightmare Fair, which was the audio that included this piece of vital, may I say, important bit of information. Indeed, one account shows the Toymaker acknowledging different origins in separate conversations with Adric and the Fifth Doctor, once even altering the details of his story mid-conversation. PROSE, divided loyalties. His only known family is his sister named Helcuba, which is spelled Hecuba, who wants to know who was known as the Queen of Time, audio the Queen of Time, as one of many Toymakers. As the Time Lords date banks on the Toymaker during the Doctor's early life described him only as a vulgar legend, with some reports of implying that there existed several Toymakers rather than just one. PROSE, divided loyalties. The first Doctor saw the Toymaker, as he encouraged, as a narrative to the same universe as himself, and that he had lasted for thousands of years. By the time of the first encounter, he told Stephen Taylor and Dodo Chaplin, who were the first Doctor's companions at that time, because Stephen Taylor joined not million years, not million stories after Ian and Barbara had left. That his Toymaker was immortal, like the Toymakers. Remember, the Toymaker, the Toymakers, explaining that the urge to create toys that are ultimately destructive and was, unfortunately, part of their universe. Such that the words was metaphorical, full description, destructive Toymaker like him, PROSE, the Celestial Toymaker, as a being from another universe. Though disagreeing on the details, a number of accounts attended the Toymaker's power to him being a narrative, a different universe than the Doctor's own. Whilst facing the Toymaker in Blackpool, the Sixth Doctor came to believe that he had finally cracked the riddle of the Toymaker's origin. DEDUCING, DEDUCING, that the Toymaker originated in another universe and was hurled into the Doctor's universe by some kind of catastrophe. Believing his theory explained the Toymaker's longevity and immunity, the usual law of physics, the Toymaker did not confirm or deny the theory, but did collaborate that the Doctor's confusion that he'd had lived for millions of years, and then told the Doctor that he used his powers to build an A-list civilization for the first few thousands of millennium. He spent in the Doctor's universe until he eventually got bored, and only mindless destructed could have any satisfaction. After being an equal length of time spent destroying everything he had previously built up, he discovered games as his final and lasting distraction, as they allow him to embrace NIHILISM without falling into enact APATHY, surrounding all the whims of chance audio, the nightmare fair. Dun dun dun. So, before we continue any further, let's recap. So, what we've discovered, well, what you've discovered, shall we say, dear listener, is that the Toymaker and the Toymakers are a destructive breed, but the Toymaker uses games to destroy. Now, games and the Toymaker is perfect as a villain. It's the archetype of what makes an incredible villain. I personally think that the Toymaker is an easy person to do fan films with, like a villain wise, to do fan audios, because you just see someone that's menacing, someone that plays games, someone that's able to strike the fear into the hearts, into the minds of all that is villainous. Some accounts claim that the Toymaker was the celestial coloured a guardian of dreams, counterbalancing the other 5 guardians of time, the most powerful great old ones who had survived from a destroyed universe in which they had been an early race of the Time Lords. PROSE, Divide and Loyalties, and the Quantum ARCHANGEL. 6 guardians were stated in one account being in attendance for the creation of the universe. PROSE, the universe. Whilst trying to win Adric to his side, the Toymaker tried to bonker BROKER COMRADERY with the E-Space narrative by saying he was also from another universe. Having been born elsewhere and forced to live out his life in a place not his own, until he seemingly changed his story by claiming to be a voluntary exile in the manner of the Doctor. Though the specifics that he was not a Time Lord, however, is the same account also saw the Toymaker identifying himself as a great old one and the guardian of dreams to the Doctor and Stefan, spelled STEFAN, which is PROSE, Divide and Loyalties. Yet another account simply suggests that the Toymaker originated from outside time and space. PROSE, Doctor Who, Character Encyclopedia, Updated Edition. One source saw the 14th Doctor describe the Toymaker as an element of force with the power of God, and this suggests that they originated outside the universe. He described the Toymaker's domain as hollow, breathed the under universe. In this account, the Toymaker and the Doctor were both suggested that the Toymaker had never properly entered the Doctor's universe before the Giggle. Of brackets, the TV episode The Giggle. Now, the Giggle aired in 2023 to celebrate 60 years of Doctor Who, and it was the final special in the 3 specials, and it was incredible. The episode itself just was twist after twist after twist. And I'm not going to spoil the ending, but it's like a Doctor Who first. This was like trying to change the narrative of Doctor Who forever, and the Giggle was incredible. If you've not seen the Giggle, go and watch it right now. As the nexus of the primal CAULDRON. When the 6th Doctor was drawn to Blackpool by the Toymaker, He believed he was detecting the presence of the nexus of the primal CAULDRON of space and time itself. Dun, dun, dun. Before realizing that he had been detecting the Toymaker upcoming face to face with him, with the Toymaker claiming to be space-time vortex. Over brackets, PROSE, the Nightmare Fair, close brackets. As a great old one. According to the Eighth Doctor, the Toymaker originated in the Dark Place, over brackets, comic Endgame, close brackets, with the 12th Doctor simultaneously claiming that the Toymaker was born in the chaos before time, over brackets, comic relative dimensions, close brackets. Likewise, the 7th Doctor described the Toymaker as elder god, originated from the old times, at the beginning of the universe, audio, the magic mousetrap, and black and white, close brackets. Now, two separate Big Finish audio stories. In fact, one account acquainted him with the Chinese tickster, spelled trickster, Chinese trickster, God No Chan. Let me just work on where I'm at now, sorry. Yeah, God No Chan. Despite him being, despite has one of the magical entities from the chaos time before his, who had survived the Time Lord's impossible of reality. Upon the universe only when radiation or RATIONALITY, yes, a bracket comma high comma S, foothold on the universe lessened, such as during the region of the Carnival Queen, who the Toymaker able to descend from his realm outside time and space and infer in the physical world once again. PROSE, Christmas, and on a RATIONAL planet. In contrast, one account mentioned the chap who became obsessed with games and took to dressing like a Chinese Mandarin as a member of one of the elder race from the original PALIMPSEST universe. Yeah. In this account, the original state of reality before the great house inferred was one of the perfect inerality, and the only one after the introduction of time travel to the universe that varying members of the elder race went mad and turned their powers to evil or mischief. PROSE, Mr. SALDAAAAMIR, as an archon. AUTEUR believed that the being Morius had once described as being of vast mental power, who could build and destroy their entire realms with his mind, had originally been a fellow Archon from the early history of their people. Specifically, URIZEN high apostrophe S Game Master, when URIZEN and the other early Archons began to plan the arcaning of the universe along the rules of logic. The Game Master dismissed wanting to use the rules of play as organizing principle. Instead, in the moment of arcing, PROSE, the two, AUTEURS. Although the successful wave, he urged to build the Book of Snowstorm. He realized that the other founders, well, destruction. Sorry, I've lost it a little bit. The urge to build destructive toys in the very fabric of the universe itself, assuring his own immortality. PROSE, the Book of the Snowstorm. He realized that the other founders' instance on rules of logic were DILUTING, his own vision. As a result, still inferring with the power of the candle, he packed his bags and stormed off to the cosmic basement to make his own universe. He was subsequently forgotten, with the record of his existence becoming muddled up, just like how he liked them. PROSE, the two, AUTEUR, AUTEURS, creating the Celestial Toy Room. According to the first Doctor, the Toymaker succeeded in creating a universe of entirety in his own vision called the Celestial Toy Room. He would manipulate people to turn them into his playthings. The Toymaker and his games became notorious throughout the universe as he spread his influence to attract people into his world, and try to make them part of it. PROSE, the Celestial Toymaker. Out of boredom, comic The Great Gamble, the Toymaker began spending centuries of his time wandering the earth and sampling various games. PROSE, The Nightmare Fair, frequently changing humans from across history. Yes, definitely an evil man inside. He lured people from a variety of cultures to the toy room, turning them into toys when he lost his game. Comic The Great Gamble. So, that is where we're going to leave it for now, so that we can talk about who played, and we might come back to it if we've got enough time, due to me wanting to keep this within a certain time frame. So that's why I'm not rushing, I'm just taking my time and making sure you get the information, and I'm not talking for like ages and ages and years. That's the last thing we want. So, the Toymaker. Main allies: the Celestial Toymaker, the Guardian of Dreams, the Celestial Guardian, the Mandarin, No-Chan, URIZEN, High Pottery S Game Master, affiliated with the Toymaker's Legion sister, HECUBA. First appearance, the Celestial Toymaker, and then the list of other appearances that are not relevant at the moment in time due to that list being massive because of all the audios appeared in. Main actor Michael Goff, main voice actor David Ballin, spelled BAILIE. Other actors include Neil Patrick Harris and Luke FEATHERSTOM. Other voice actors: Paul Anthony Barber. Right. Alternative counterpart of the Toymaker, the Doctor's Universe. That is what I like to call fascinating. I didn't know that. So I didn't know there were that many people, because I've not actually heard the audios. And from when I saw the cover art for the audios, I thought that Michael Goff was the Toymaker in every iteration until his sad passing. I thought that was what we were at. So, now that we've understood who played the Toymaker in both audio and visual, let's delve back into the history of the character. Possessing Rallon. Whilst a Toymaker in a dominant and despondent state, the first Doctor, Rallon Malian, arrived in the toy room in a stolen TARDIS to investigate the legend of the Toymaker. After he managed to proceed, Rallon, the Toymaker, made Malian one of his living toys, with the Doctor able to best him to help of the DYMOVA, knowing that knowing that knowing that he would become an even more worthy opponent given time to mature. The Toymaker allowed the Doctor to leave the toy room. PROSE, divided loyalties. Yes, divided loyalties. When initially meeting what their old handsome schoolmate had become, AUTEUR did not actually realise he had merged with the ancient being of the same name, believing him to have simply taken on REMEGADES title as several other members of their generation had done. At that time, having become sole supplier of toys to all of the Fairland, he calling himself the wonderful Toymaker, and claiming to himself be a fair. The next time he and AUTEUR met, prior to AUTERUS 12th regeneration, he had started claiming to be a great old one, PROSE, the two AUTEURS, and he was still maintained when meeting the Sixth Doctor, PROSE, divided loyalties, the goddess of gender, as GENDAR, full stop. AUTEURS 12th incarnation found both calm, ridiculous. However, she was later told by her future self about the relationship between the old EGOMANIAC needy game player and the young, energetic, I think the word is, needy game player. According to the future AUTEUR, it had not been a straightforward process. In fact, the two elements had merged overnight, leaving just the one liar. As AUTEUR put it, Pinocchio had become Geppetto, PROSE, the two AUTEURS. Indeed, although Rallon individually would later REASSERT itself in full, much to distress of what remains the original pure Toymaker, their CONSCIOUSNESSES had substantially merged with the Toymaker's personality, being influenced by Rallon's own PROSE divide and loyalties. His servant Stefan would go on the observe broad aspect of the Toymaker's personality, which was actually part of Rallon's, including a sense of morality of good and evil. Ooh, good and evil. You don't want to get the bad side of that. Without him, the Toymaker was cold and harsh. Prose, divide, and loyalties. So, there you have it. That is the story of who the Toymaker was, who the Toymaker is, and why the Toymaker. The other things that destroy the world more evil than the Toymaker. I don't think there is much more evil than the Toymaker himself. Because obviously, why would you want like a really non-evil villain? Like, I don't know. Well, you have a lot of evil villains out there, but you don't really have an evil villain, do you? So, there you have it. Thank you guys for listening. That was Open the Villain's Vault, Series 1, Episode 2, The Toymaker. Now, the next week's episode is going to be the last one in the series. I think, possibly. Not confirmed, but I am stating that here, so that if there's not another episode after next week, then that is why. So, without further ado, our next villain we'll be talking about in this series is a very evil villain. Very evil. They are the one, the only, the master. The master. The master, for anyone that doesn't know, will. If anyone doesn't know who the master is, come back next week to find out more. Open the Villain's Vault was a TGM production. The music was made by Dialekium, aka Peter Mills. It's been hosted by yours truly, Tom Mason. Thank you guys for listening. Bye!